My name is Blake Hurdis. I'm 36 years old, and 18 months ago, I couldn't walk. I was diagnosed with MS in 2007, and last year in November, I had a stem cell transplant. Before I got the stem cell transplant, my last attack had severely disabled me. I couldn't walk. I couldn't even crawl. I would drag myself around the house on my arms. If I had to go out in public, I had people help me into a wheelchair and they would push me around. I had diplopia, which means that your eyes are working independently. They are looking in different directions. And my palate had started to separate, which made eating pretty hard. And I went through that for about a month and lost about 50 pounds. And that's when I ended up in the hospital and eventually got into the transplant program. And from there, I've recovered to the point where I'm running a marathon in October. My doctors are kind of astonished at where I'm at, but at the same time really excited. In terms of a bone marrow transplant or a stem cell transplant, you'll see it referred to as a curative therapy. But at this point, given that it's so young in its implementation, there's no way of really knowing that that's the case. So I feel as though the MS is almost completely reversed. But I don't know that that's the case long term. Not everybody's going to run 60 kilometers. There are a lot of stem cell transplant patients who, before they received their transplant, they were confined to wheelchairs, and they're back to walking. And that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. That's running 60 kilometers. I'm doing this because, one, I want to raise money for MS. And two, I want to raise awareness for what's possible for people who have gone through stem cell transplants and people who have MS generally. For people that have MS, my advice is always just to be patient, to always show up and work hard, never stop fighting for what you can do. For people who have been through a stem cell transplant, my advice is just that it's hard. It's going to be hard, and it's okay to be angry that it's hard. You just have to keep fighting.